Welcome back to this channel, guys, where you can find the latest football news and their analysis. What is different from my last video is that I will try to explain my prediction in full English. Hopefully, all Milanisti and football lovers will also enjoy and understand my content in my channel. Time so flies, and we are going to watch the final week of Serie A 2021. It feels like just yesterday I made a pre-season video about Milan in September 2020. Now, it's going to an end. I'm pretty sure the Milanisti heart rate will be faster because the last match is like a grand final that will determine the fate of our beloved club, AC Milan. If Milan wins, then the UCL ticket will be in hand. But if Milan fails to win, then Milan are getting ready to go back to playing in the European League. Indeed, if Milan draw or lose, Milan still has the opportunity to qualify for the Champions League zone. But it should be noted that Juve and Napoli did not win either. What makes the last match is so challenging is that the fact that Milan has to face a new strong team in Serie A, that is Atalanta. This team has been transformed into a Champions League participant team, guys. They did defeat a popular and strong European clubs such as Liverpool and PSG. At the Serie A level, the Atalanta becomes an attractive and entertaining team. Atalanta is the most productive team, scoring 90 goals this season. They are on fire because the last defeat occurred against Inter on 9 March. In the last 5 matches, the club from the city of Bergamo have won 4 and drawn 1. However, it doesn't mean that AC Milan should be afraid. Even though they just achieved poor result last week, Milan still has a great chance of beating this team. In this video, I try to tell my prediction for the Atalanta versus Milan match and what Milan supposed to do to secure 3 points in the last match. Want to know my analysis? Here it is, the news only on Rosa Bola News. In the 1990-something and 2000-something, Atalanta was identical to mid-level team that often produce the world's great players. In the past, we have known the names of Pippo Inzaghi and Christian Pieri who spent a long time at this club. The presence of Gianpiero Gasperini then changed Atalanta's reputation from a mediocre team to a top club in Serie A. What makes interesting is that Gasperini applies a different strategy from most Italian teams. If generally Italian clubs adhere to a parallel 4-back pattern, Atalanta often applies 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1, or 3-4-1-2 formation by relying on the speed of the player transition and flexibility. In defense, Gasperini often applies counter-pressing, which is aimed toward man-to-man marking. In Gasperini's 3-defender formation, the defender who is in the center position usually has 2 tasks at once, being a spare man or a marker, depending on the number of strikers applied by the opponent. So, when the opposing striker switches side, he can change roles with the defender who is supposed to guard the opposing attacker. In attacking, Atalanta is famous for its wide overload strategy, accumulating many players on the right and left sides and controlling the ball by making horizontal passes. As soon as the opponent is hooked and leaves empty space on the other side, they immediately create a dangerous diagonal pass. Interestingly, they can also take advantage of their 2 wings back as a target man. If you guys recognize, the posture of Atalanta fullbacks are big like a target man. This seems unusual because in general, wingsbacks are generally not tall and are thin. So, what Milan supposed to do to beat this team? The first thing Milan has to do is to play patiently and not to play too fast in the early minutes. The Atalanta defender is actually passive in pressing. Only a few players do, and once the opponent misses the pass and the ball is in their position, they quickly build up and attack. Milan has actually played well in the last 4 matches. They are able to play more patiently and not concede first. Secondly, the game transition for attacking and defending must be very dynamic. Atalanta is the team with the fastest aggressiveness and transition in Serie A. They deliberately wait, then when the ball in their position, their players immediately move forward and look for empty position in the opponent's defense. Milan players should also minimize individual errors. Once the player misses the ball and they can take over the ball, the Atalanta players will quickly attack. Atalanta is also a very productive team in scoring goals from set-piece situation. Do you still remember Atalanta's second goal against Milan in the first round? Individual error was made by Kessie, which resulted in a penalty. Hopefully, this doesn't happen again, guys. Finally, one of Atalanta's weak points this season is their weakness to press players with high individual skills. When they match against teams like Juventus and Real Madrid that have good individual players, Atalanta often has a hard time. As I said, Atalanta players tend to rely on aggressiveness in taking possession of the ball. When high-skilled players are able to avoid this and are able to counter-attack, the strategy of piling up players on one side of the field will be disastrous. A typical high-skilled player will be able to get away from 2 or even 3 Atalanta's players. So, because their players have accumulated in one area, this will leave holes in other areas. This is what high-skilled players must take advantage of to move the ball in the empty area. Some Milan players can be categorized as high-skilled, such as Theo Hernandez, Kessie, Hakan Chalhanoglu, and Brahim Diaz. If all these strategies can be properly executed, then Milan have a great chance to beat Atalanta. As we all know, this Milan actually performed very well when competing outside the San Siro. That's my brief analysis, guys. Hopefully the match against Atalanta will truly become the night that we all wanted. Hopefully Milan will win and grab tickets for the Champions League next season. Please comment if you have other information, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit notification button for the next AC Milan news in my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!